Right here, the Louisiana State Mobile Command Center is just backing up. Just beyond that, you can see the bank where those 3 hostages are being held. Now, it was just confirmed to us that authorities are in talks with this man, who is a local man. They actually say that he's been around here his entire life. There were some rumors going around that he was not from this area. He, in fact, is. It's unclear exactly what his motivation is, if he was trying to rob this bank or if he was trying to prompt something else by police. That's still being investigated. But what we do know is that 3 people are inside, reportedly handcuffed and at gunpoint. And again, that is the top priority of authorities on scene. That's what they're telling us. They're saying that this is a long way from being over. So we're going to stay on scene, continuing to get you answers from the WJTV mobile newsroom. Back to you.
4-3 in Alabama beating Texas A&M 49-42. Jacob, how's it going over there?
It is a party out here. Let's see for sure. These people are really oh yeah, these are my new friends out here. We've actually been out here since like 10 o'clock this morning. Started with Southern Mississippi, watched the Alabama game. Now Mississippi State is on, but we're all waiting for Ole Miss against Texas. But social media is also blowing up just like the party over here, so let's take a look at that. Cody Majors says
it's called wet plate collodion photography.
And organizers hope that today serves as a reminder, a snapshot or an ambrotype of what it was like 150 years ago.
When the war comes, though, that life is disrupted, of course, not just for Vicksburg, but for the entire nation.
Right near the intersection at Gallatin, let's take a look at this huge fire right behind me right now. We're seeing giant flames coming out of the roof of the building next to Dreams nightclub. Now, we don't know exactly what started it, but we've learned, oh my gosh, it's growing as we're looking right now. We've learned that this is an apartment complex or that someone was living in there. We're not sure if there were squatters.
This is WJTV News Channel 12 at 10.
People on the block say the fire started in an old cleaners. They call it vacant, but at least 2 squatters claim they slept here, including a man who identified himself only as Jimmy.
Well, it was our home, but now it's not no more. My homie stay there. That's his home. And someone else tried to come in on. He said that they couldn't stay there. So the guy came back and started the fire.
News Channel 12's Jacob Kittilstad takes us there. But first, if you're just a little squeamish, you may want to look away. The story contains some graphic images.
Armed with his .22, Matt Hugh Harrell was coon hunting when he saw the glowing red eyes in the hay.
This wasn't, he wasn't lunging. He was down sort of like a cat.
And unlike a typical coyote, the beast moved to attack.
But when I was standing right yonder, he hit right here. It looked like he was finna jump down there, and I didn't give him a chance.
He brought it down here and showed it to me, in which my neighbor over here, Charles, got chicken houses. And he said he's seen it over 2 or 3 times. And they said it run funny, you know, like his front end was lower than his back end.
They said it was one of them chupacabras or whatever. And that's what I'd call it, because it looks just like it.
It ain't. See, look, it ain't.
Its body is almost without hair, nails longer than a dog's on its paws, and a build unlike any animal a local's seen in the area.
My dog, even when it's dead, my dog was scared of it.
Chupacabra is a Spanish word, literally translated as suck goat. For the myth, the creature attacks livestock, draining blood by chomping down onto farm animals' flesh. Oh, that's some good watermelon. Anyways, the Department of Wildlife and Fisheries says that this chupacabra is probably more likely a wild dog or coyote with mange, but the locals are not having any of it.
I told him it ain't no way. Because, you just look at it. I ain't never seen no blue coyote.
Matt says he dismissed the mange explanation the moment he shot it.
And I reloaded my gun. I walked over there, and when I shined the light down on him, I said, my God. I said, well, and I unloaded again on him to make sure he was dead.
And based on the lay of the hay in the barn, another rumor has also started going around.
Well, it's weird to me, and I figure there are some more out there.
Getting you answers in Lee County, back to you.
It takes a day and a half to make his supply using a roaster on the peanuts he bought in Ridgeland.
How's there more peanuts today?
And Jesse Houston, who's had cerebral palsy since birth, has the process down.
Few bags.
Honing his skills years back, selling at Jackson Mets games in the 80s.
Jesse's been coming here for over 30 years. Everybody loves him. He sells all his peanuts. Most of the time he'll sell them all the first day and can't come back the second day because he ain't got nothing else to sell.
From his tiny asking price, $1 a bag or $3 for 4, all the way to the vehicle he himself drives, a loud little three-wheeler, nothing about Jesse seems to fall within what's considered normal. And people notice there's not a speck of negativity in the man who, until age 14, had to scoot around on his knees to get around.
They put me in the saddle, probably, so they taught me how long.
He always says, I don't want no help. I can do it by myself. But we always try to lend him a hand, and like I said, we appreciate him coming.
I love kids.
Jesse doesn't have to pay to be a part of these events. That's the agreement he worked out with the Trade Mart. He says on days like these, he just tries to break even, holding no thoughts of retirement in his mind.
I can't take it easy.
You can't take it easy?
I got to go.
There's a new record for heaviest gator killed in Mississippi. 3 men struggled for hours to pull the beast out of the Mississippi River in Port Gibson. They finally got it out of the water this morning. News Channel 12's Jacob Kittilstad got up close and personal with this toothy catch. Jake?
727 pounds. Let me say that again. 727 pounds. That's how much this beastly alligator weighs. Right now, it's being kept in deep freeze at a Vicksburg meat processor, a frigid end to the heated battle with completely inexperienced gator hunters.
All right.
This is the monster.
It's huge.
And this.
I applied last year for tags. You know, it's a lottery system.
And this, yes, he is still going. At about 13 feet, he's not the longest gator ever killed in the state, but he is the heaviest. Meet the tag holder, 27-year-old Dustin Bachman.
It was about 8 o'clock, and it was me, my brother Ryan, and one of my best friends, Cole Landers.
He marked him with a buoy with the first shot, and then we also snagged him with a rod and reel.
After you get a hook in him, then you just have to fight him and wear him out until you can get him up.
It was like trying to pull a tree out of the water. He'd go to the bottom and would not move. Didn't matter what you did. He'd just stay there until he decided to move.
Eventually, the 50-something-year-old gator slipped up, but it wouldn't break the surface of the water. 3 shots to the back of the head killed it, but also earned it a nickname.
Elmer, because when we shot the gun peeled back. When you stick a gun in the water and it shoots, the pressure, the gas comes out, it can't come out the end of the barrel. It exploded the gun barrel back like a banana. And he said it looked like Elmer Fudd on the cartoon, so he called him Elmer.
Then the real struggle started. The group had to wait until dawn to find help pulling it from the river. Measured by the Department of Wildlife, Fisheries, and Parks, it is officially the top reptile of the Magnolia State, picked off by a guy on his first gator hunt.
No, this is the first one I've ever killed.
Bachman doesn't know exactly what he'll do with Elmer, but the guys in his crew are saying, hey, we better at least get some gator skin wallets out of this. Melanie, back to you.